It's time-lapse time. Hey there guys, welcome to the next video here on the channel. You guys might remember that Volcom wallet that I made, I believe it was 2 weeks ago in the time-lapse. Well, I decided to actually take it out for this time-lapse and modify it a little bit. Now I know Volcom isn't actually a skateboard company, respectfully, but it is related to skateboarding. I decided to spruce up this wallet a few ways and add a few other skateboarding logos to it. So I ripped out the credit card holders in the center because I want to make this a showcase wallet now. A showcase wallet is basically what I call a wallet that doesn't really have any function. It's more or less just like a painting, except in wallet form. So I'm cutting out all these pieces now. I'm covering up the inside with all these colors. This is kind of the way that you make like a two-toned wallet. You just kind of cover up all the colors with different backgrounds. So the first one I'm going to be working on is Element, and the Element is actually one that I made a long time ago. I made a wallet with a red background and a white logo for this a long time ago. It was probably about 3 or 4 years ago, so decent amount of time. So cutting all this out now, and I do have a few other skateboarding logos coming as well after this one. So each part of the wallet, each segment is going to have its own logo, so there'll be 4 total. And Volcom is of course the one that's already there. So cutting out this one here, this one's a little tricky because everything is kind of circular and you kind of have to make sure that everything lines up on all the different sides. So this is one that usually takes me a few times to stick it down, but actually I was able to get it on the first try, which is kind of cool. So cutting all this out, making sure that everything comes up on the first try. Even with a new blade and the hobby knife, sometimes it takes a little bit of extra, cutting to make sure that everything comes up correctly. I'm really trying not to snap the blade off, so that takes a little bit of doing. So sticking like the smile down first, and then there's the center part. And this is definitely the hardest part. Very difficult to peel up the whole piece and kind of stick it down without it getting stuck down by itself. So kind of lining that up around the sides and sticking that down. I'm not a skateboarder by any means. I've tried to do it once and I couldn't do it at all. Definitely more of a bicycle kind of guy. So I don't know anything really about these skateboarding companies. I just had to research the names and everything. And this is another company called Consolidated, from what I understand. I just picked a whole bunch of cool logos that I thought would look really cool on a wallet. This one's kind of like a an optical illusion kind of logo, which is really cool. I wasn't really sure if the optical illusion was going to work when you transferred it to duct tape, but it actually turned out to work out fairly well. So you just have to line it up all appropriately, otherwise that optical illusion just won't work. It's got to line up pretty well. So cutting out the small blue pieces is kind of like a cube almost, with a cube cut out of it. I think that's what they were going for. Alright. And there's another logo coming after this. I can't remember the name for it. I tried to memorize them for this video, and I can't seem to remember it now. I think it's I'm trying to remember. Maybe I'm sure you guys will correct me. It's this one here. I thought it looked really cool. I know it's not X Games. It might be H Games. I think I want to say. I'm gonna go with H Games, but as soon as I finish the video, I'll look it up, and it probably won't be that. But I'm sure you guys know what it is. So I'm cutting this out for the center here, and this one's a really cool looking logo with all the arrows going in different directions. Had to cut out a little bit of the blue here, do a little bit of extra cutting. And there is a little bit of a rim around this logo. I decided to kind of freehand that with just some light blue tape. So I cut out a whole bunch of those different pieces and stuck them on. So there are no credit card holders, so I can stick those directly on the inside. I guess I could always put credit card holders inside the billfold, which is kind of a neat little trick that I taught you guys a while back. So sticking that down right there, and these are the tiny little strips I'm going to be sticking around the side. And as long as I apply these all exactly the same length from the side of the logo on each part, it's going to line up perfectly, and I can just trim off those extra cross pieces, and it'll look pretty cool. So taking my hobby knife and then just cut there and there, and all these other little places, and just peeling them off, and it looks like a pretty cool logo. Pretty sure it's H Games, but I'm sure you guys will correct me on that if I'm wrong. So there's the Volcom, there's the Element, there's a Consolidated, and I'm pretty sure it's H Games, like I said. So hopefully you guys liked the video. That's kind of a neat way of kind of taking an old wallet that didn't exactly look really well and then kind of adapting it to the way you want it to look. And you can, of course, modify anything with duct tape after you make it, which is a really cool concept. So hopefully you liked the video. I'll catch you guys next time on the channel.